welcome both of our consultants for the Mike Cell Turnaround Blueprint, Mr. Grant Chandler and Miss Kathy Mahoney. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. It's a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely. So if you don't recall who we are, what we do, my name is Grant Chandler, and I am with a colleague of mine, Kathy Mahoney. I'm the project director, and she is one of the assistant directors for MyExcel, the statewide system of support. And what our job is during the day, we support approximately 155 school districts that have been identified as having Title I funded priority or focus schools. That's what we normally do. We in this district are supporting you in the installation of the blueprint. And so I'm really excited to be able to be back here. I can't even remember how long it's been since we updated you, to share with you some of the great news of the great work that you're doing, and to share what many people in the state are actually saying about the Hazel Park School District, and then to share briefly some comments about where we think you are in the process, why you're doing such an amazing job, and what we will predict for the future. So, as you recall, approximately a year ago, this district decided that how it was currently operating and the number of students that were being successful was at a level that was unsuccessful and was something that would no longer be accepted in the school district. And so about January of 2016, this district began the installation of the blueprint. And we'll talk very briefly about what it is, and more importantly about the work. But here's what's really happening that I think you need to be really proud of. When we leave and travel around the state, we are often asked questions about what Hazel Park School District is doing for children. So not only are you doing great work in this school district, but you are becoming a beacon of light and hope for children across the state, in both high-performing and low-performing districts, who recognize and see the value of what you're doing for urban children in your district. It's very likely that we would go 20 minutes down the road and someone would say, tell me what Hazel Park is doing, because what they seem to be doing is absolutely amazing, and we want to copy some of the efforts that Hazel Park is doing. I think it's important for you to recognize that. What is happening in this district is not only recognized by your district colleagues in other districts, it's being recognized by the Department of Education. Dr. Krupe was recently invited to speak on behalf of the Blueprint and the Blueprint installation to a group of folks at the department. And that work has also been recognized in the Office of Field Services and even by the Department of Treasury. Not only all of the good work around the blueprint, but everything else that's happening in terms of your financial health is being recognized. But it doesn't matter how healthy we are financially if students are not being successful. And the beauty of the work that you're doing is you are not only moving in a positive trajectory for your financial health, which other people will talk about that have far more expertise in that than I do, but what you're doing on behalf of all children is something that most districts in this state are not yet able to do. As a state, we rank almost dead to the last in terms of student achievement in the country. Districts like Hazel Park will change that. So we're gonna share a little bit now about what this is, how it's installed, and then we have some other comments for you. I'll turn over to Ms. Mahoney for just a moment.
Sure. Good evening. So just a reintroduction to the blueprint, and understanding that this graphic that you see before you is kind of at its simplest form, designed to support districts in systemic reconfiguration. So Dr. Krupe has been leading a small group of people, your district turnaround network, on a weekly basis, bright and early on Tuesday mornings, I believe, every week, with looking at building and installing systems. So what we're really going to highlight today, with looking at where you're at in installation, is in that the top purple oval there with a district district underneath the district turnaround network, those 4 district systems. We're going to talk about where you're at in regards to the installation of those 4. And then in the center there, all 3 of those driver systems you have built and installed at this point. So we'll make sure that we highlight where you're at with those 3 driver systems. And then you've gone down into that building level now. We'll talk about that with your building turnaround networks, and then districts leveraging principals leveraging district systems, and then starting to dabble and move into that instructional leadership routines and teacher collaborative routines. So I think that, so here, before you'll see, if you remember, if you're up late at night studying the process of installation, like I know many of you do, when we first started this work, we actually had the installation broken into 4 phases. We called those phases the launch, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. So that might ring a bell for you. As you see in front of you, we've changed the names of those installation phases, and we've taken 4 levels of installation or phases of installation and broke it into 5. So the exact same amount of work, but what has happened is you'll see that we come in when Dr. Krupe invites us to do a fidelity appraisal to see, so where is Hazel Park in relation to what the intent was behind the installation of the blueprint. So at each one of these phases, at the end of that phase, our team comes in to do a fidelity appraisal. So we noticed that first phase, so the phase right after the launch, was far too long to go without giving districts feedback. So we knew that we needed to break that up. So that's why we went from 4 phases to 5. So now we have the mechanical level, and if you've seen any of our images, we really go to this skyscraper visual to help understand as we build and install these systems. We really talk about them in the various levels and floors. So the mechanical level, lobby level, and then into the mezzanine level is where we're really going to highlight, because that's where you're at as a district. So we've come in and done a fidelity appraisal around the mechanical level, and that is exactly why we termed it the mechanical level, because that's really about all of the laying the groundwork, those first floors of 3 of the district systems, developing your district turnaround network. So when Dr. Krupe started with this work and leading in January of 2016, she developed that team, and then they built and installed 2 of the driver systems, which are the problem-solving driver system and communication driver system. So as you may have noticed, or maybe you even have those, the badges that were created to help remind everyone around the communications protocol, and how do we ensure that we're communicating across the district in a very cohesive manner, so we can try to minimize the amount of uncertainty there is within the district because of the need for more communication. And then along with those 2 driver systems, the ground floors were built and installed for 3 of the district systems, which are your talent management, your instructional infrastructure, and the intent student support network. So as you can, I'll let Grant then jump in and explain just as far as the fidelity appraisal and why you see the different colors here, and then ultimately leading to that highest level of fidelity in this particular phase.
So the rubric that we use is incredibly tough because we really want to make sure that we are calibrating the work the way that the blueprint was intended to do. What you see here is the Hazel Park in the mechanical level has received the highest level of fidelity possible. This is in fact the highest score we've given to anybody in the entire state of Michigan. All right, kudos to you. Okay, kudos to you. And while we believe you are doing outstanding work, right, you'll notice with the areas that are highlighted in yellow that there's still a little bit of work that we need to continue to do in this particular phase. But many of the districts that are doing this work really struggle. I mean, let's be honest. The systems that have been in place or not been in place in public education have been around for 150 years. To change them is incredibly difficult. It requires a tremendous amount of courage and talent and hard work on behalf of your superintendent, on behalf of you, your other leaders in the district, and teachers. Because as we reconfigure the way we do business in Hazel Park, That's hard work, right? And so this rating that you receive here, I'm really, really proud to share it with you because you are doing some outstanding work. Okay, you have defined very clearly what adult competencies we need to build in the district in order for all children to be successful. We have defined what we mean by the highest quality of subject-specific instruction that is imaginable, and we've defined what it really means if we build a student support network that is so strong that we've created a ferocious unwillingness to allow a child to fail. That hasn't happened anywhere yet in the state, and that's something that I think Hazel Park will be one of the first to do. So in this mechanical level, you have done really, really good work. This is the highest level that that we have awarded so far. Very, very proud of the work that you're doing, but that doesn't stop, right? Not only are you doing great work, you're also leading the way, and you're one of the farthest along as well. In the second level, we really do some more specific and even harder work than we did in the mechanical level. And you'll see, I'll have Kathy talk briefly about what some of those things are, what are some of your accomplishments, and then I'll come back and tell you again that you have the highest level of fidelity for the state of Michigan.
Once the groundwork is established within that mechanical level, you'll see there at the top that you continue to revisit that. So that work happens on a monthly basis through the performance management driver system. And Dr. Krupe meets with her principals, with your principals, on a monthly basis to determine how's the installation of these systems, how's it working for them in the building, what are the barriers, what are the challenges, what are some supports that they need, then moving into that leadership network, which is that partnership between central office, key instructional leaders, and building leaders. I had a principal actually stop me on our way in just to talk about just his enthusiasm and excitement of the work that he's doing with his central office partner around the visions for high quality instruction and going into classrooms and seeing that and learning what does that really look like, how do we support teachers and how do we support principals, and that really comes into play in that leadership network with the partnerships that are in place. That then have supports. I'm going to jump down to the building turnaround network because each one of the buildings in the district has a team of people, just the same as at the district level. There's a district turnaround network. There's also a building turnaround network in each building that is ensuring that the systems that are being built at the district level are actually making their way into their buildings. Otherwise, what's the point? And then looking at student achievement data on a monthly basis that's directly aligned at the K-5 level to curriculum and assessments that have been written by some phenomenal educators here in Hazel Park. So one of the biggest pieces I want to highlight and just scream from the rooftops, honestly, is that Hazel Park School District has brought in the people from your district that are engaged in some intense work around building curriculum that aligns to their vision, to your visions for high quality instruction. And so at the elementary level in both ELA and science, that means that there are assessments, there are resources for teachers, there are instructional targets that are determined along with supports for teachers to actually have students achieve at the highest level. All of that is monitored on a monthly basis through that performance management driver system. So significant work happening in a relatively short amount of time around this second phase of installation, which is the lobby level.
And again, not only is Hazel Park the first district that would receive this fidelity appraisal, so it's led the way, but it also has received, again, the highest level of appraisal that we can possibly give. So in the first two phases of installation, Hazel Park receives the highest level of fidelity. I think we have to congratulate you, your amazing superintendent, your principals and teachers for all their hard work. This is really hard work to be able to do this work and to do it this well. So first I want to say congratulations to all of you. The work, however, doesn't end here, right? We have 3 other levels of installation to make sure that Hazel Park is reconfigured in such a way that no matter who comes into this district as a student, that we're able to meet their academic and non-academic needs that they would present. As we think and move forward, there are some really difficult things that lie ahead. We have to figure out what it means to meet the social and emotional health and nutritional needs of every child who comes into this district. That means that instead of punishing students when they make errors or when they make mistakes, we have to figure out why those things happen and help them restore peace to what they've done, right? We'll be looking at restorative practices at PBIS, certainly where there will be a traditional student code of conduct as well, but we really need to think about how we support those non-academic needs of students. As important as instruction is, meeting those non-academic needs is really going to be where this district is going to be able to sustain the high levels of student achievement that it is searching for. By fall of next year, we will have K-12 curriculum in the 5 targeted areas approved at the district level and ready to be implemented in classrooms across the district. You'll be the first that will be able to stand up and say that's even a possibility, right? And so there will be a few others that are working with you, other districts, but that is huge to have curriculum and assessments, K-12, in reading, writing, math, social studies, and science that are aligned to those visions of high-quality subject-specific instruction. And when we combine that with how we're going to meet the needs, those non-academic needs of students, the sky's the limit, right? The sky's the limit for where this district can be. So I want to just leave you with 2 thoughts. First, I want to thank the adults in this organization because this is really, really hard work. There are some of us who love change, and there are some of us who freak out, right, when we start changing things. And this district is changing a lot of things rapidly. And that means that there are adults in the district who are going to get uncomfortable, right, as things start to happen as quickly as possible. But think about it. We're changing those things so that your students can be successful. And we need to support our adults as they move along that continuum to being very comfortable, right? And I also want to just echo how really important it is that you support the adults in the district as they continue to do this hard work. Thank you very much. Do you have questions that we can answer for you at this point?
Will we be able to get this presentation?
Yeah, right? That's really great news. Laura and I sat on many of those district turnaround network meetings, and it is hard work. It's nitty-gritty. It's realigning those systems and that processes. And unfortunately, here in our district, we haven't had that for very many years. So putting things like that in place is still a struggle.
We commend your district for the courage it takes to do that work. And thank you for being a beacon of hope for every other district in the state who watches what you're doing and recognizes that it is possible to meet all of the needs that students have when they come to school.
Thank you for working with us.